Hello, my name is Claudia Castruita, and this is my M problem, which I based off of one of my favorite movies, Knives Out. In the movie Knives Out, the death of the Thrombey family patriarch Harlan is shrouded in mystery over its unusual circumstances. Harlan's nurse, Marta, accidentally gave Harlan the incorrect medication as they had unknowingly been switched. Realizing this, Marta informed Harlan that he would be dead within minutes of the medication, and Harlan decided to stage a suicide so that his death would not appear to be Marta's fault. Marta strongly opposed this, but gave in after Harlan reminded her what could happen to her family, who was undocumented. Neither of them knew, however, that the one who had switched the medication was Harlan's pariah grandson, Ransom, in order to further his attempts to get his cut of the wealth. An investigation then ensues. Marta can either lie about the medication or admit that she gave the incorrect dosage, and Ransom can either lie about switching the meds or admit that it was his doing. It is important to note that Marta cannot lie. She throws up at the thought and action of it, resulting in an addition of -5 to whatever her payoff is when she decides to lie. The investigation begins with Marta, and then Ransom is questioned. Our first question is, design an extensive form game simulating the investigation's results. Marta's first question and then Ransom. Choose payoffs that make sense to you, but do not forget about the -5 addition to Marta when she lies. So I already went ahead and created the extensive form game to save us some time. Reminder, an extensive form game, this is the way it's laid out. So it really is like one player's actions depends on the others. It's like a sequence of actions. So here, Marta's question first. They don't do it at the same time. Marta's question first and then Ransom. You could also present this specific one as a strategic form game, which we know is like that, because of the way that the decisions are laid out. So again, Marta can either lie and admit, lie. I'd rather or you can also frame that as not admitting that she did give him the incorrect medication. Or she can say, hey, you know what, I did, and Ransom can either be not admit that he switched in medication, or admit that he did. So when Marta lies and Ransom lies, they're both not in a line of suspicion anymore. And just for the sake of it, I know in real life, the obvious is one of the obvious steps in this forensic situation is doing blood work, but for the sake of this, no blood work is getting done. I know that's a little bit thinking, okay, girl, this isn't Criminal Minds, but no blood work's being done, because that would be a clear tell. And actually in the movie, Marta had actually given him the correct dosage, but that just complicates it all. And in this instance, no blood work's being done, and Marta did give him the incorrect dosage. If you haven't seen the movie, really, really recommend it. Watch the second one too. Glass Onion. It's coming out. It was in theaters, but it's coming out on Netflix, I think the 21st or the 23rd. Great movie. I loved it. Watch it. Anyways, let's go ahead with the form game. So nothing would happen to these two. They're out of the line of suspicion, but Marta still lied, and that makes her nervous. She doesn't like it. She has a -5. She would have a 0, but since she lies, we're going to do a -5 for the lie, and so she would have a payoff of -5. Ransom is fine. Nothing happens to him. So here, Marta lies, but Ransom admits. So because Marta lies, she's protecting her family, of course. But Ransom admits, hey, you know what, I did switch the meds. So then we can say that, Marta would get, we can say she'd have a 10 from lying to protect her family. But because she lies, she has a -5. It's -5, so you get 5. Ransom admits that's pretty bad for him, so he'd get 20. It's really not her fault. She would be off the hook. And you can actually change that payoff to the same situation again, because since she lied, she's protecting her family. That's positive for her. So it'd be like a 10. It would be like a 10 minus 5 is another 5. Ignore the negative there. Same situation here. You have a 5. If Marta admits it and Ransom lies, that's really, really bad for her, because then that's just her fault. That's nobody else's fault. So she'd get negative 25. That is already adding on the negative 5. So she would get like a negative 20, because that's what it was bad for him. Minus 5, you would have negative 25. Ransom, he'd be fine. Nothing would happen to him. Now, if they both admitted, Marta would be like, you know what, hey, I did give him the wrong medication. But then Ransom's admission would kind of reverse that and be like, you know what, she didn't know. Like, that wasn't her fault. As opposed to if he lied, it's much easier to say, you know what, she did know. And the liquid, I didn't say this in the question, but the two liquids, she couldn't have known, honestly, because the two vials are, they're clear vials, both clear liquid, and Ransom had switched the labels, and they're the exact same vials. So he switched the labels. She really had no way of knowing. For this, Marta would get 25. She is fine. Her family's fine. She didn't lie. Going great. Ransom would have a negative 20. He's going to jail for sure. So yeah. Second question. Eliminate strategies in an iterative style. Weakly or strongly dominated strategies. So for this, we can actually create a strategic form game. Standard. Oh no. Make it easier on ourselves. So again, when you have an extensive form game like that, it's actually much easier to create a strategic form game. So we have admit, lie, R admit, R lie. So when they both admit, that's 25, negative 20. When Marta admits, but Ransom lies, you got a negative 25 and a 0. When Marta lies and Ransom admits, you have a 5, negative 20. And when Marta lies and Ransom lie, you have a 5 and a 0. And again, here you have a 5 because what's at stake for Marta is her family. So that would be she would have a 10 from protecting her family, but you have to subtract negative 5 because she lies, which will leave you with another 5. So let's take a look. Can we eliminate any strategies? Let's go. Let's take a look first at Marta. So 25 versus 5. Which one's better? 25. Negative 25 or 5. Which one's better? 5. No strategies can be eliminated. Here, we're going to take a look at this versus this. Negative 20 versus 0. 0. Negative 20 versus 0. 0. So you have Ransom. Ransom lying strongly dominates Ransom admitting. And then for Marta, you can say no strategies are dominated for Marta. Find all pure strategy Nash equilibria. So pure strategy Nash equilibria, again, you're just finding, I'm just copying this because it's the same. No. Oh. You're for this, you're just trying to see what strategy has the highest payoff. So when Marta admits, what is Ransom's best option? Should he admit or lie? Ransom should lie. And when Marta lies, should Ransom admit or should Ransom lie? He should lie. When Ransom admits, should Marta admit or should Marta lie? Marta should admit. And when Ransom lies, should Marta admit or Marta lie? Marta should lie. You have a Nash equilibrium. And that is Nash here. Pure strategy Nash equilibrium. Marta lying. Ransom lying. So yeah, very simple. I didn't want to drag it out. There you go. That is my M problem. And for B, for the sake of it, this is what you could classify as your possible predictions. Like, this was what might happen. We know that for Ransom, it's going to be more likely that he lies. So Marta at that point, whatever Marta does, Ransom might lie. So that is what a prediction could be. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope this problem was fun. So thank you.